Are you craving a trip on Space Mountain? Well, we've got the next best thing. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And Patrick.
What?
Aaron Wallace, you know the name, yeah?
Yeah.
He wrote us. Or actually, no, he didn't write us. He tweeted.
Is it about Pete's Dragon?
No, it's not about Pete's Dragon.
Good.
We'll get to that, though. But actually, something interesting. Remember the whole deal they made when with the Royal Summer House when the whole...
Oh, I do know about this.
Yeah, did you hear... Go ahead.
Initially, it was Norway. The whole pavilion was Norway. The summer house was in Norway. Now it's in Arendelle.
Yeah. So this was supposed to be the summer house. Like, in fact, the videos I saw of the character meet and greet was very... like they insisted, like, oh, this is our vacation home away from Arendelle in Norway. And now apparently the characters are saying we're in Arendelle. So this is just for the summer house, right? The ride, I guess, is... The area is still Norway, yes? This is a dangerous direction we're heading in, though. That's kind of dangerous. You don't think so?
I think it's just a saying.
I'm curious why this happened. Like, obviously... Were kids confused?
Well, it is kind of confusing because their backgrounds are in Arendelle.
Yeah.
The backgrounds are Elsa's Ice Palace and the Kingdom of Arendelle.
I think that was supposed to be like far in the distance.
Yeah, it's not that far.
It didn't work. But in any case, yeah, I saw Aaron tweet about that and I found that to be interesting.
I don't care. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, and in the ride you do go to Arendelle.
Yeah, you
right?
go to her Ice Palace.
Yeah, I don't know.
In the North Mountain. If you want to count the North Mountain part of Arendelle.
And Norway. I don't know.
I mean, Arendelle's in Norway. So, like, you're in Norway and you're in Arendelle.
Okay. I thought it was interesting. I just think it was interesting.
That's like you're saying you're going to Orlando, but not going to Florida.
Is that what it's like? All right. Fair enough. I accept.
There you go.
Let's move on. Jeremy actually did write in about, remember we were talking about the Muppets in Liberty Square, and we were talking about the character of Jefferson James, and I mentioned how I thought he would probably be a live action actor. It is. The Playbill.com auditions came out. Apparently they gotta be able to dance. I think they're gonna be like 5'10" to 6 feet tall. Not dance, I'm sorry, sing. So they're gonna have a live actor along with the Muppets, which totally makes sense to me, but now it's confirmed. So yeah, yay! Anywho, let's move on to our news. Thank you, Aaron and Jeremy, for that. Even though Aaron just tweeted to the universe, I still stole it and decided to report on it.
That's plagiarism.
So, not really. I gave him credit.
Okay.
So we get the little notes at the bottom, not Cliff's notes. What do they call those?
Asterisks.
Sure, an asterisk, but I was thinking of something else. But in any case,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those things that you have to do like when you're in school.
Yeah. Footnote.
Yeah.
Footnote,
yes.
Footnote.
Boom. Nice.
Edumacation.
Moving on to this week's news, let's see. Elena of Avalor had her royal welcome at the Magic Kingdom. Did you watch this?
I did.
Okay.
I mean, I skipped through all the talking in the beginning.
You mean the commercial in the beginning? Because it was literally like, and we have new Elena of Avalor merchandise at the park. Here's a shirt. Here's the wand.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
I skipped to the last 5 minutes where she actually appeared.
Oh, did you even skip the whole Girl Scout thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's this, I forget who came out, but somebody from Disney came out and then somebody from Girl Scouts of America came out. They gave this award. It was just so funny in my opinion. I don't know. What did you think of Elena of Avalor in her royal welcome?
She's cute. I laughed. The thing that made me laugh so much was anytime she said one word in Spanish, the crowd was like, ooh! Cinderella was like, welcome. She's like, thank you. And mi familia. And everyone's like, oh, she said familia.
Yeah, it was such an interesting thing to live stream. It was just one of those, Disney does this a lot, and good for them for being able to do this, but they really take something that's nothing and make it a thing. And it was just kind of funny to me. The thing that drove me crazy, the song.
Well, okay, no. I was gonna say, the song is a good, it's pretty catchy.
The theme song or the one she sang?
The one she sang.
Okay, the theme song drives me crazy.
I've never heard the theme song. The one she sang.
It's the one that she wrote out on.
Okay, the one she sang was cool and catchy, but Lord, someone teach her how to fake play guitar.
Dude, she just gave up. It's so funny because she had this guitar prop that she like started strumming and then she's like, nope, I'm just gonna stop. And then the guitar kept playing and I was just like, oh wow.
Yeah.
It was definitely interesting.
They started like panning to the guys behind her who are actually playing instruments.
Oh, it was so crazy. But anyways, this is something that you're gonna, and I think this is a cool thing, like for in park. This is a cool opportunity to see this show. I just think it was funny that they like chose to do this, and I mean, part of it I think was to announce that Elena is getting a season 2 on the Disney Channel. Ooh. Have you seen any of Elena of Avalor?
No.
Me either. Never seen it. But to be fair, Disney Channel's never on in my place. It's kind of a younger demographic, I'd say, than us. But yeah, so it's something new. The theme song I'm not crazy about, but Cinderella and Prince Charming were there, so that's lovely. Yay.
Yay.
Another castle show.
Yay.
Yay. I don't know how long it's running.
Yeah.
But it is running for a while, but I don't know how long. Let's see. Oh, over at Walt Disney World, this is kind of crazy. Did you see this park hopper deal they have?
Yes, I did.
This is like perhaps the cheapest I've seen Walt Disney World in a long time.
Yeah.
So what is it normally? It's
I think it's like $135 for
normally, yeah.
And listen to this.
There's a catch.
So normally a park hopper in Walt Disney World is $135. Did you know a park hopper here in Disneyland is $169?
69. Yeah, on the peak days. Yes.
And
yes.
$69.
Because I had a buddy in town and
I had someone in town too.
Yeah, and they had to pay that and I was like, "Oh, this is why the parks are empty." Remember we were going through that like good stretch of time like Saturdays, the parks really weren't busy and I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, "Well, there are some blackouts, but not a ton." And then I saw the 1-day ticket or the park hopper price. And I was like, whoa, that explains it.
Yeah.
So thank you.
$169. But over at Walt Disney World, it's $135.
And it includes the 4, right?
It includes all 4.
Yeah.
But if you are friends with an annual pass holder, they can get you a park hopper ticket for all 4 parks for 1 day for $79.
That's that's cheaper than 1 day, 1 park here. Even 1 day, 1 park in Florida, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like 1 day, 1 park. It's over $100 for the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic deal. It's going on from August 12th to September 30th. So if you're in or near Orlando or planning a trip there and have a friend who's an annual pass holder and cast member, maybe it's friends and family of annual pass holders. That's a deal you're not gonna get. I'm curious as to why it's happening.
I am curious on how they are gonna limit this or restrict this from like annual pass holders like buying and reselling.
Oh, I hope not. I hate it when people do stuff like that.
Or like you have to buy it at that window for that person's
you do.
name. Okay.
Oh yeah. You need to.
That person has to be there.
Yeah, the AP holder. They can only be purchased at the theme park windows.
Okay.
And the whole group has to be there, and you have to show your annual pass and all that. So, but still, regardless, great deal. I love it, and yeah. Also, something that's been going on at Walt Disney World that I actually didn't know about, and it's really not that big a deal, but I just thought it was funny, so I thought I'd bring it up. This Beat the Heat DJ party at Disney Springs, because we all know Disney loves their dance parties. And when did this trend start? Because I feel like it's like non-stop now. There's some new dance party popping up somewhere.
I feel like I've seen it in almost every theme park besides Universal. Kind of had one, but no, I've never had an actual, like, for the past, like, 5 years, almost every theme park have had a dance party somewhere.
It's just the cheapest way to put something.
You just need, like, a couple atmosphere performers and a DJ.
Yeah, and it's funny, this one makes me laugh because, like, they encourage you to wear your bathing suit because they have the dancing fountains. This is in Disney Springs.
It's by Earl of Sandwich and Once Upon a Toy.
Yeah.
Like that water play area, kind of.
So they have fountains, bubbles, hula hoops, beach balls. It goes on from 1 to 5 p.m. and it's happening through September 5th, but it's been going on for a while now. And I don't know, I watched some video of it, and to be honest, it looked kind of boring. But I don't know, a dance party, and like Downtown Disney never had that, did they? They'd have live bands and stuff, but
they've always had a DJ in that area.
Really? Okay, well, this was news to me, and I was a little surprised because they just went through this whole Disney Springs rebranding. I thought it was a little cheap. I was like,
they've always just had it.
Okay. They're rebranding it.
Yeah.
Have they always had the fountains?
No. Well, they've had they never marketed the fountains as something spectacular.
It's so funny. It made me laugh. Anyway, let's move on to some really big news. The classic Main Street Electrical Parade is leaving Walt Disney World. October 9th, I believe, right? Yep, October 9th.
Yep.
This had been rumored. Have we brought this up before? I can't remember if we mentioned the rumor or not, but it's official. This has been running for a long time at Magic Kingdom.
6 years.
Because it was at Disney California Adventure, then it left DCA to go to Magic Kingdom. 6 years it's been? I don't know. How do we feel about this?
Bye.
Bye-bye, Main Street.
I wish I could say it's going away forever.
Yeah, so here's the weird part.
But it's not.
Yeah, it's coming to Disneyland. Which I don't... So last week we reported about Paint the Night leaving. By the way, some update on Paint the Night. Apparently it's back for the holidays. Like it's not going to be every night, but my guess is weekends, although there's been no official announcement.
To me, okay. It sounds like maybe they're bringing Main Street here one more time before they kill it off.
I think that's what's happening.
But, like, no one kind of really wants that anyway.
Yeah, I feel, yes.
So, I'm like, when that gets killed off and you're saying paint, so they're saying a very limited time, maybe, like, November, and that's it?
What, Main Street?
Yeah.
It's not till early 2017.
Oh, okay.
So it's not gonna...
It's not,
yeah.
So we're getting rid of paint for no reason.
Correct.
Until the holidays.
The reason is to save money.
Yeah.
So basically, Paint the Night's going on a money hiatus. It'll be back for the holidays. And then come 2017, Main Street Electrical Parade will be here, which means I think Paint the Night will be shipped off to Florida. Because if they're getting rid of Main Street Electrical Parade, they're obviously bringing something. I think it'll go to Florida. And then we'll get MSEP, as I call it. And I think you're right. I think it's a farewell celebration again. Because when did it retire first time? This parade retired once already, like a long time ago. And I think it's just kind of like a homecoming, which I guess is all right. I mean, I know some people are excited. Some people have very nostalgic feelings toward the Main Street Electrical Parade. And I just feel, regardless of the nostalgia, I think seeing Main Street Electrical Parade after seeing Paint the Night is just kind of sad. It's another step backwards, in my opinion. It's like the same thing with the whole Fantasy in the Sky replacing Disneyland Forever. I'm like, really? We're going to do this again? So I don't know. If they want to retire it from Florida, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we don't need it to come back here.
So, yeah, but it is. And I guess what's the good news is Paint the Night is not officially done September 5th. It's done from its regular every night run. So, I don't know.
I don't want it to go to Magic Kingdom.
You don't?
No.
Selfish, because you don't want it to go there because it's leaving here, or you just don't want it to go to the Magic Kingdom?
I don't want to go to Magic Kingdom. Because if it doesn't go to Magic Kingdom, that gives us more opportunity to bring it back here.
Yeah, it would be nice.
But I just think it's ridiculous to, like, ship a parade that's barely a year old off to another park.
Yeah, I don't get it. And it's not even going to, like, be in time for the 45th anniversary of Walt Disney World or anything. So, like, it's not like it's going to tie into that. So, I don't know. But the thing that's getting me is backstage now at Disneyland. There's going to be the Main Street Electrical Parade, Paint the Night, and Mickey's Sensational floats.
They can't.
Where are they going to put all this?
But they can't.
At one point, it will, though.
They literally can't.
Unless maybe
that's my fear, is they literally, because they
so
can't.
Then they're going to hold it in Florida until the new year.
They can't even hold, we ship off Sensational when we get a Christmas Fantasy, because we can't hold it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. They put him somewhere else.
Yeah. If you notice, Christmas Sensational gets shipped off when ACF comes.
Interesting.
Because there's no space to hold it.
So what's probably going to happen is they're probably going to work on the floats, pretty them up in Orlando, and then once Paint the Night ships, we'll get Main Street Electrical. So I think that's even more confirmation. If they don't have the space for it, Bye-bye, Paint the Night.
That's my problem. It's like, if we get Main Street Electrical, there's no way we can hold sound and paint at the same time.
I'm curious how long this limited run's going to be, though. If it ends up being longer than the Paint the Night run, I'm going to be livid. Oh my goodness, I will be so angry.
Nobody wants it.
Some people do want it. I will say, I've read some people who are very excited about it. But some other news that's happening here at Disneyland, which I think this is like been everywhere, and obviously it's been a slow news week if this is big news. The Disneyland parking garage is getting built.
I'm excited.
What is wrong with you?
It's like super exciting.
The Disneyland Eastern Gateway is what will be called. Will be opening in 2018. What are you excited about?
Just parking.
You know, it's not going to be for us though, right?
I know it's going to be for the other side.
It's going to be for the people on the 5 North, which selfishly, I've never come to Disneyland from the 5 North. It's always the 5 South. Yeah. So it's great. You literally, if you've never done it, you get off the freeway and then there's the ramp to Mickey and Friends. It's very simple. Mm-hmm. I never really thought about the fact that the 5 North kind of has to loop around and all that stuff. So, but now they won't.
Yeah, and when they loop around, half of the time they get redirected back to Toy Story.
Yeah.
So it's not fun.
So they're going to get their own parking garage. It will affect some of Harbor Boulevard. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to actually hurt some of the businesses there as far as like their closeness to Disneyland. The route is going to affect things, from what I understand. They are going to build a pedestrian bridge. This is great. They just did this at Universal Hollywood because of Harry Potter. Basically, you used to have to wait for the crosswalk, and that takes forever. And now they build a bridge over the street, and this should happen for the Disneyland Eastern Gateway. I think it's funny that you're excited about this.
Yeah, I love parking garages.
Are you gonna try it out? Or are you just
I've come from the north sometimes, and
really,
and it's not fun.
Yeah, Toy Story. I think I've parked at Toy Story once.
I've parked at Toy Story a lot.
The one reason I parked at Toy Story was for the Expo.
Every time I come from the north, I don't even try to go to Mickey and Friends. I just go straight to Toy Story.
Interesting. I couldn't even tell you how to get there. I would get lost probably.
And then I park there a lot when going to conventions.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're going to the Anaheim Convention Center, it's convenient parking. Just FYI, unofficially, AP holders, do it. And now for arguably the best news of the week. Newsies. You've heard of it? Newsies, the musical, Broadway, yes?
Is that the red Charlie car?
No, not the red car. No, this is the Broadway musical. And guess what? If you didn't get the chance to see it on Broadway, and you didn't get a chance to see the national tour, it's got a few cities left though. Mm-hmm. It's coming to the big screen. Early 2017, they are shooting. Well, this year they're shooting the show live in Hollywood at the Pantages Theater. Mm-hmm. With original cast members Jeremy Jordan, Cara Lindsay, Andrew Keenan Bolger, Ben Frankhauser, and others. And this is exciting news. I actually think, remember our theory of all you got to do is talk about rumors on DCTC and they come true? Yeah. I think I mentioned this a long time ago. I think I actually said at one point, if I didn't on here, I definitely didn't realize.
I know we definitely talked about them doing the live shows, like Fox and NBC's.
No, I remember that, but I've said since I saw Newsies, since I saw Jeremy Jordan in Newsies, I was like, this needs to be recorded because this is every once in a while there's a role that somebody is born to play, and I'm telling you, Jeremy Jordan was born to play Jack Kelly. He is so good in this role, and I'm very excited that he's coming back along with our other original cast members to be shot at the Pantages and then released.
Yeah, I hope that this becomes a thing.
Yes.
They've done it with Rent, Newsies. Yep. I know Hamilton was taped.
Yeah.
And it's in a vault somewhere.
They're going to wait, I think, for that to die down.
It's still way popular. Yeah. But, coming years, that better be shown.
I wouldn't be surprised if, 10-year anniversary that comes out of the vault.
10 years.
Yeah, that would be my guess. And, they even did a live stream recently of, is it She Loves Me?
Yeah, the one with, what's his name? With Zachary Levi.
Yeah. So they did a live stream of that on, apparently there's, a Broadway type of Netflix channel where you could have purchased it and watched it legitimately live. So it's a great thing. I think, Broadway I was very lucky to grow up not too far from Broadway and have the chance to go a lot, but it's obviously not only an expensive ticket to the show, but going to New York City is expensive and staying in New York City is expensive. So getting this out to people, I think, is fantastic. I'm a huge fan of the idea. And yeah, I think, had we reported that this was going to happen, but we didn't know what they were going to do with it?
Yeah, exactly. We didn't know if it was going to go on just ABC or just whatever. It sounds like it's going to be one of those Fathom events kind of thing.
So it'll be, it'll be in a lot of places. Fathom Events runs in a lot of places, but it's usually like for one day or a couple days. The thing that honestly makes me more excited is I'm assuming this means there's going to be like a DVD release or Blu-ray.
Eventually have it.
I just want it on my shelf. I want it back here. I want it on the shelf really badly. So I'm very excited. We have tickets to the show, but not like the show. So the tour is running at the Pantages for about a week. And we have tickets to the last performance there. But then a week later is when they're shooting it with an invited audience only. If anybody out there knows how to get a couple tickets to the invited audience of Newsies at the Pantages on September 11th.
They're holding it. I feel like it's going to be one of those like one iota kind of things. But I've already seen like a couple things go out. Like donate to this and you can win tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What kind of organizations?
I forgot.
I haven't seen any of that. But we would love to go. It's what it comes down to. There is part of me, I'm going to step back, but I do feel like there's a good chance we could see them. Because for me, it's just seeing Jeremy do it again. And as more so than like being there that night. He could potentially do it as rehearsal, but there is a week in between. Yeah, so they're probably going to rehearse that.
They're going to let
the touring cast, who is great, by the way. The touring cast is great. Nothing against them. But
and most of the ensemble for the touring cast will be part of the filming of...
Yeah. You know who's coming back? I think his name is Andy Richardson, who started out... I think the character's name was Romeo, but eventually took over the role of Crutchy on Broadway. And he's great. He's really, really, really good in either of those roles. He's coming back, not as Crutchy, but I would assume as Romeo, because Andrew's coming back for Crutchy. So, it's great. That cast, that original Broadway cast, I'm telling you guys, it was one of those shows that, like... It was magic, that original Broadway cast.
And I never saw the original Broadway cast.
Oh, yeah. So
I've seen video of it.
It's so good. But you've seen the show, and it's a fantastic show. And they did a great job casting the tour. So regardless, Newsies is awesome. Seriously, if it's coming to a city near you, I think there's like 4 cities left after LA, and then the tour ends.
Yeah.
If it's coming near you, do your best to try and see it. And I know here in LA, I don't know about all theaters, they do a raffle before the show so you could win like really good seats super cheap. So look into that, ask the theater near you. Speaking of theater, now this is a bit of local theater. We don't usually talk about super local theater, but this is interesting. Hunchback of Notre Dame, which we've talked about. We saw the Disney theatricals production. Which never ended up going to Broadway.
Went to Paper Mill.
Went to the Paper Mill in New Jersey, so it was in San Diego and New Jersey. And we've raved about it many, many times on this show. It's coming to the La Mirada Theater, which is here in Southern California. I've actually never seen a show there, but that production of Carrie that we're obsessed with began there, and I've heard they do really great work there. So, they're doing Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney version, and we have tickets. And a bit of an interesting casting choice came out. The role of Quasimodo will be played by a deaf man named John McGinty, which is really interesting because it's a musical, folks. There's a lot of singing. The singing will be performed by, I think it's Dino Nicandros will be the singing voice of Quasimodo. I'm assuming that John will be performing the speaking role. And I didn't know this, and shame on me for having never read the book. But apparently Quasimodo is deaf in the original book. I kind of love this. At first I was a little like, wait a second, it's a musical. And now I'm like, oh, this could be really interesting. And I know you had a cool experience.
Yeah, another production did the same thing, Spring Awakening.
What was their reasoning behind that? Other than like making it an ASL show?
Well, no. The company was Deaf West Productions, so they deal with a lot with deaf actors. So they put on this production where half of the cast was deaf, but anyone who had a principal role, actually the actress who's played Wendella, which is the principal role, was deaf. had a singing counterpart. So while they signed it, they had someone sing it, and it did so well in LA that it did a Broadway run.
Yeah. And they were nominated
for Best Revival as well. It was an amazing performance. It's really cool to see how they changed the original and made it different using the element of ASL.
For me, the thing that really excites me is more of the tribute to the original source. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that Quasimodo is deaf in the book, and now like they're really taking advantage of that. I think that's great. I've never seen anything like that. And
also the idea of when we saw it, Quasimodo definitely has a speech impediment,
except for when he sings.
Which could just be in his mind. Like
that's how I'm thinking, because I'm really hoping like he's not lip syncing the singer.
No.
Really, you never know.
At least that's not what they did in Spring Awakening. They actually just like showed the other.
For me, I'm gonna assume it's more of an inner monologue. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited. To see Hunchback on stage again will be great, and I'm looking really forward to it. And good for them. I think it's kind of ballsy what they're doing, and it should be cool.
And some people from Disney are in the show. So.
Oh yeah, your Magical Map, right?
Yeah.
Cassie, who plays Pocahontas in Magical Map.
She's gonna be playing Esmeralda, and she kills those Pocahontas. So
yeah,
why not?
Why not? Right? Anybody else from Disney?
I don't think so, actually.
Yeah, guys, if you're in Southern California. And, well, I can't put my stamp of approval on this production, but I'm actually nervous. I wasn't going to go see it. I have this thing. I have seen shows that I loved, original productions that I've loved, and then seen other productions that really have tarnished the original for me because it just wasn't good. Oh, and you know how I feel about Hunchback, Patrick. You know how I feel about that original production. So I was really considering not seeing it. And then they had a really great deal. So I was like, okay, I'll go. And I'll probably be obsessed with it. I think they're going to do fantastic work.
I'm a little concerned.
Are you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But
it's okay.
But only because I saw another production there that I wasn't thrilled with.
Oh, at Mirada?
Yeah.
Which show?
Little Mermaid.
Oh, you did see Mermaid. Yeah. Here's the problem, though. Little Mermaid isn't a great show
in general.
This close to Mermaid, because I saw it at the Tuacahn Amphitheater,
which is also doing Hunchback.
Yes, a lot of theaters are doing Hunchback around the country right now. Rightfully so. It's a great show. But yeah, Mermaid has problems. I'm disappointed to hear La Mirada's you didn't love it, because I really became very close to seeing it. It became date conflicts. I couldn't find a date that worked for me. But yeah,
I was impressed.
Now, had you heard the soundtrack? Like, you heard the new music and stuff? Oh yeah. Yeah, that show. I wish you'd seen the Tokyo production.
I know.
Oh man, supposedly they got it right. Either that, or it might just be they have a very different taste. The audience there. I don't know. It's a bummer.
But. Hopefully, Hunchback will be good.
I honestly think it's gonna be. Listen, Carrie came out of that theater.
I know, so
it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the theater news for the week. You want to move on to some movie news?
Sure.
People are losing their minds over the new Rogue One trailer.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
I'm excited.
I am too. Like, it looks like but I don't know. I'm just like sitting there watching it, and I was just like, oh yeah, it's another Star Wars movie. It looks great.
Yeah.
But people are like losing and the whole thing of this is we see Darth Vader. Now, it had been confirmed that Darth Vader would be in this. It makes sense timeline-wise, as this one takes place after episode 3 and before 4. And, I mean, you see the back of his head for like literally a second and a half. All right. Mm-hmm. Like, we knew he was going to be there. I know what Darth Vader looks like. I don't know. I just didn't freak out the way that some people did. My favorite part, movie trailers today have the best scores ever. Like, scores that often aren't even in the movies. They just take these themes, because everything's nostalgia now. They take these themes that we know and love and do like these crazy orchestrations of them, or these super simple piano orchestrations of them. Either case, brilliant. And this Rogue One, brilliant. Did we learn anything about the movie that we didn't know?
We just got to see a lot of new characters more. The most exciting thing for me is the new setting. Obviously, we've never had a Star Wars that's taking place on like a beach or like a normal like this sort of planet.
Yeah.
It's a new setting for everyone. We have AT-ATs like trudging through water. Yeah. It's super cool.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks faithful to the Star Wars universe. I'm excited for it.
And they did kind of the same thing they did with Force Awakens, where they showed a lot of explosions, and they're like, "Look how real this is," because we didn't use CGI.
Yeah, and I definitely had that moment of, "Oh my god, it's right around the corner," because like there's December. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like guys, it's Halloween is here, Christmas is almost here. It's really close. So I'd be curious to see how it does compared to The Force Awakens. Like, do you think this Star Wars alternate films will be the explosion that the saga is?
No. I don't think it's going to make as much as Force Awakens.
No. I wonder, I don't know the answer to this, but I wonder what the budgets are compared to the saga films. Because Star Wars, they're expensive movies to make, man. Like, there's nothing cheap about a Star Wars movie. And but they do it right, so I appreciate that. I'd rather see it go toward that than a Marvel movie, personally. But, yeah. I don't know, Rogue One.
We got all those coming out. We got Marvel's Doctor Strange in November. Yeah. We got Disney Animation Moana in November, and we got Star Wars in December.
So basically, Disney's battling itself at the box office, and they will win.
I think Moana and Doctor Strange are just a weekend apart.
Totally different audiences, like really different.
But not for me.
You'll be at both. Related to Star Wars, sadly, Kenny Baker passed away.
Yeah.
81 years old. If you don't know Kenny Baker, he is R2-D2. I'm not 100% sure what he did for like the prequels and beyond, but the original 3 films, if you didn't know this, there is a man inside of R2-D2 hitting buttons and pulling levers and stuff, and it was Kenny Baker. He was a little person, obviously. I didn't realize he was 81, to be honest, but I guess Star Wars was a very long time ago, so... he recently passed away and obviously created, quite a legacy for children who grew up in the 70s and 80s. So that's sad, but 81, that's a good life. It's like kind of an incredible life when you think of what he did.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did beyond Star Wars, but he's R2-D2, man.
Beep, boop, beep.
One more time. Can we hear that?
Beep, boop, beep.
Very nice.
That's terrible.
That's great.
Wow!
That was awesome. Patrick, that was really good.
Thanks.
I love that. Fantastic. Yay. Speaking of movies, though, you saw a little movie.
I did.
Called Pete's Dragon?
I did.
I did not. I had opportunities to, and it was just, I don't know. I've never seen the original. I've said that on the show before. I swore I was going to watch the original before I go to see the new one. I'm just not... The Rotten Tomato score is fantastic.
Everyone seems to love it. Yeah, it's gotten certified fresh. I haven't heard any really like terrible reviews.
I've heard a lot of like meh reviews, except for on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
you didn't care for it.
I didn't care for it.
What?
It was just, to me, it was just a like Pete was cool CG, I guess. But it was just a bland.
That's not cool. A CG character is not cool anymore.
Yeah, it was just a bland, like typical movie for me.
Yeah,
like nothing, very predictable. Nothing like.
Now, have you seen the original? I can't remember.
No.
Okay, you haven't seen the original.
But I went with someone who's seen it. They said it was nothing like the original.
That's what I hear. But that's good. I appreciate that. It is an interesting thing. I feel like we do this a lot, where we just use the title of something that was really successful for the recognition and then make a completely different movie, which I guess is cool. Like, I'd rather that than a remake. But yeah, no.
Yeah. If you like look at you can probably guess the entire movie by just like watching the trailer.
Did Bryce Dallas Howard run in high heels at any point? No. They learned their lesson?
Yeah.
Okay. Any specific moments that stuck out as like beautiful or anything? Like what if you had to pick one thing you liked about the movie, what was it? Was it like visually cool? Was there a great score? Anything?
No, I hated the music. I liked Robert Redford.
Okay.
Robert Redford was great. The beginning was cool with actually like seeing them like with the initial like meet with Pete and Elliot and how they connect, and then like them playing they did like a montage of them playing together and like growing up. Like that was cool. And then I just got really bored. And then I just got mad. There's like, are we spoiling? Can we spoil?
Sure, go ahead.
I mean, there's one part where like obviously, so Bryce Dallas Howard's character, her husband has a brother who like wants to capture this dragon, and they like go and like capture it, and like literally the Bryce Dallas Howard and the husband does nothing. They're just like, hey, stop, don't do that. Hey. And I'm like, literally just, you're like related to this guy, like just tell him to like stop.
Yeah, punch him.
Like do something. And then they like take the dragon to the lumber wherever they work, and they're like, they don't do anything to like free him. They're just like, I'm like, do you do something? Like, you're literally...
This is your brother. Talk to him. Talk some sense into him.
They're just like, oh, our brother always stealing dragons. I'm like, what?
How much of the film do they hide the dragon? Like, how long into it until we actually see
you see him, like, in the first scene.
Oh, really?
First scene.
We didn't Jaws this?
No,
come on.
Not at all.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Well... I'm sorry you didn't love it. Apparently a lot of you did like it. If you want to comment below, let us know your favorite part of Pete's Dragon.
And apparently people cried. I was just like, okay, this is very Old Yeller. Like, get out. Get out. You can't stay here anymore.
I will say that preview at DCA.
Do you want to guess the story?
Well, I'm assuming all ends well.
Yeah.
But what do you mean? Like... So
boy lives with dragon.
Yeah, they find him. He tells them about the dragon. Robert Redford saw the dragon when he was a boy, and they go out to find him. They find Elliot. They find out he's a nice dragon. But of course, there are some people who are very closed-minded people who, just because he's different, say we need to capture him.
And they capture him, but then they escape, and
so TT.
Yeah, and then they're like. They escape, and then they're like, Elliot goes to be with Pete again, but then Pete's like, I want to be with this family now. So then Elliot finds a family of dragons.
Oh, yay.
And at the end, their family goes and visits the other family.
This is very spoiler-filled. Just FYI.
And that's it.
But I think it's all right. Like, no big surprises there. It's very Harry and the Hendersons. Have you seen Harry and the Hendersons? No? With Bigfoot? Mm-mm. Harry and the Hendersons is a great movie. Yeah.
But my God, to me, the movie was so slow. It was...
How long is it?
It's like an hour and a half, I think.
And it felt long?
Oh,
man.
And the score was so boring. It was very, like, banjo string country. Oh. And that's why I made it so slow. I wouldn't see it again.
So I should go see it?
If you want.
No, to be fair, I probably won't. Like, if I was going to see it, it was going to be to report on it on this show, and just never came up.
But congrats to everyone who liked it.
Yeah.
Apparently, I was just like, how...
Did your friend like it?
No one I went with liked it.
Yeah. I had heard a lot of bad things, and then I saw the Rotten Tomatoes scores. Like,
and it was not like I didn't like it. It was just like nothing I haven't seen before, or like that I want to sit through again.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah. I don't know.
That's Pete's Dragon for you.
Yeah.
Before we move on to trivia, I do want to shout out ms.csi. Thank you for leaving us a 5-star written review on iTunes. It was a nice one. ms.csi. I don't know what that stands for. I'm assuming it's not crime scene investigation, but maybe it is.
What is it?
ms.csi. Maybe his...
My Saikai? I mean, move it, shake it, celebrate it?
I don't think it's necessarily Disney related, but maybe somebody with the initials MS works for the CSI.
Oh. Move it, shake it, dance, and play it.
Yeah,
My side
ms.csi. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what it all stands for. In any case, thank you so much for leaving a 5-star written review on iTunes. If you want a shout out on the show, all you got to do is go to iTunes, leave us a little 5-star written review, and let us know what you think of the show.
It's true.
Sounds like a deal, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that means it's trivia time. Would you like to hit me, or shall I hit you?
Sure.
Okay, let's hear it.
You're probably not going to get it because none of us watch Elena of Avalor.
Nope, I did not watch.
But she mentioned it in the live stream, so maybe you'll know it.
Probably not.
She has a spirit animal. Do you know what it is and the name of it?
I'm gonna guess a bird.
It's a mixture of two animals.
Oh, so you're.
It's an animal.
It's a unicorn bird.
It's an animal with wings, so I guess it could fly.
It's a unicorn bird.
No.
Actually, can unicorns fly? I don't know.
If it's a Pegasus unicorn.
Okay. It's like an animal that doesn't typically have wings. That does.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a friend of hers. It's some sort of lizard.
No.
It's a horse.
Mm-mm.
It's a lion.
Mm-mm.
A monkey. A flying monkey. I have no idea what.
It's a winged jaguar.
Oh. Ooh.
And it's a spirit. So he's like pops in and out, and he's like see-through white ghost.
Okay.
But do you know his name?
But no, I don't.
You want to guess?
Monstro. No, that's wrong. What is it?
It's Zuzo.
Zuzo.
The winged jaguar.
I would have never in a million years guessed Zuzo.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, I've got some trivia for you.
Okay.
That you might know. We were talking about Newsies earlier.
Yeah.
It was nominated for it was on Broadway from March 29th, 2012 to August 24th, 2014. Mm-hmm. It won and was nominated for some Tonys. Do you know how many it was nominated for, how many it won, and what categories?
I know one. It definitely won Best Choreography.
It did indeed win Best Choreography for Christopher Gattelli.
Yes.
Did it win any more?
I think it only won for Best Choreography.
You would be wrong.
Okay.
It won also for, what was
Staging?
it? Original score. Alan Menken and Jack Feldman. Well deserved. Mm-hmm. Honestly, one of my absolute favorite Menken scores. So it won those two. It was nominated for some
design?
more. How many more do you think it was nominated for?
3.
5. You mentioned set design. Was it scenic design? Yep, for Tobin Ost and Sven Ortel, who did the projection work. So it was nominated for that. Mm-hmm. So what 4 other things could it have been nominated for?
Jeremy Jordan get a nom?
He did. Actor Jeremy Jordan.
Costumes weren't anything.
Costumes did not get nominated. Nope.
No. I don't know.
Okay.
Was it another actor nom?
No.
I didn't think so.
The book by Harvey Fierstein, the book for the musical. Harvey Fierstein, whom I love. He was nominated. Jeremy Jordan, as you mentioned. The director, Jeff Calhoun, was nominated. It was nominated for Best Musical.
Oh.
And orchestrations.
What did it lose to? Book of Mormon?
No, it lost to Once.
Oh, yes.
Which is the most ridiculous thing. I'm sorry, I am not a Once fan. No. So, yeah, it was nominated for all that and won 2 of them. And now we'll be going to the big screen.
Yeah.
Yay! Fantastic. Anything else you want to add before we get going here?
I don't know.
No, you don't know if you want?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going to assume he's got nothing else to add.
Nope.
Guys, of course, between episodes, you should connect with us on places like
Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, SoundCloud, and our blog post on Tumblr.
That's right. And all of that can be found at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. Thank you very much. Everybody, have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Ooh, it's hurting. Funny. Anyway, moving on from there. Okay, I should stop laughing because this is serious news. Paint the Night is ending its run here at Disneyland. This had been rumored for a while. And I'm like legitimately angry about this. I'm legitimately angry.
It was rumored, but like no one wanted to believe it because it doesn't seem logical to spend so much money on a parade and then only have it for like a little over a year.